it really is falling down for Biden. So, like you said, why do you care about all this politics stuff, this electoral shit? When you look at it in a different way, when you know it's all totally bullshit, you know it's theater. So now when you look at it more technically, right? You look at how do they put all this together? How what is the end goal? What does this message mean? It's just like, you know, you know it's propaganda. It's just a matter of just trying to figure out what kind of propaganda they're using. Well, um, our friend Joe is not having too good a time, and well, I tell you, is when the money says, "Hmm, Joey, we got problems." Well, then the excrement has hit the oscillator, as it were. Major U.S. Democrat donors threatening party over Biden, says generic media. This is from RT. Discontent over the president's debate performance appears to be turning into a full-blown party revolt, says the Daily Mail. If you believe that rag, whatever. But, I mean, there's some truth in it. A growing number of top Democratic donors are fuming over President Joe Biden's performance in his debate with GOP frontrunner Donald Trump, reports the Daily Mail. Biden's performance during Thursday's face-off with Trump, widely seen as incoherent and fumbling, well, that's kind, has also highlighted concerns about the U.S. president's ability to govern or get off a stage by himself. That would probably be the first thing he needs to figure out first. The British Daily claimed that the discontent, quote, appears to be turning into a full-blown party revolt in the wake of the event, adding that key Democratic donors are threatening to, quote, pull the plug unless Biden drops out of the race. And I think it was like Raw's Alert or something. I can't remember. It reported something about whispers in the wind that even Obama is just like, from his box in the Roman Colosseum, he stood and he's giving Joe Biden the thumbs down. So, former hedge fund manager Whitney Tilson, who has donated several $100,000 to the Democratic Party, lashed out at the U.S. president, telling the Daily Mail, for Biden's own good and the good of the country, he should step aside immediately. He added that the incumbent had so far failed to reassure any party donors, which he claimed confirms my worst fears. Meanwhile, several Democrats interviewed by the tabloid, I love how they call it tabloid, vented their frustration at what they called attempts by Biden's team to gaslight them into believing there was nothing to worry about. Tilson echoed his sentiment, saying, they're pissing on our legs and telling us it's raining. How stupid do they think we are? Well, they think you're pretty fucking stupid. That's what it is. They think you're fucking stupid. So there you go. Much like Zelensky, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? You got Zelensky begging for money and at the mercy of the United States. Please give us the money. I am almost out of cocaine. Please, that fucking yard gnome. Give him another fucking cent. We ought to go over there and go get our money back. They're like, what are these Americans with pitchforks and torches doing over here? It's like, we're coming to get our money, bitch. And then we'll go after Joe. Nah, we'll leave Joe alone. Joe's a mushroom at this point. We'll go after the handlers. That's what you got to do. Fish rots from the head down, but fish still has a skeleton. You got to get that too. I don't know what that means. Don't go changing. Stay in school, kids. What else do we have here? So yeah, and the hits keep coming for Biden. It's a beautiful thing. I love to see it. Yes, another staffer resigns. Says working for Biden makes you complicit in genocide. This is from Kyle Anzalone over there at the Libertarian Institute. Check them out, antiwar.com too. Both two great publications that need a lot more love and a lot more eyes and ears on them. They do great work over there. So, and I don't know what's up with this Amazon shit. Just I guess you can get one of their shirts on there. Woohoo. All right. So another U.S. official has resigned their post over President Joe Biden's support for the Israeli onslaught in Gaza. A dozen members of the administration have publicly resigned in protest of the White House's assistance to Tel Aviv and signed a letter blasting the president's policy. Well, now, Maryam Hassanin, I hope I said that name right, the third political appointee to resign from the Biden administration, told the Huffington Post, I came to understand that even if the agency I'm working at is not producing foreign policy, serving in the administration in any capacity does essentially make you complicit in the genocide of the Palestinians. She served as special assistant to the Assistant Secretary for Land and Minerals Management in the Interior Department. 24, right? You see a pattern. Youngsters are like, I ain't having this. She represents large numbers of young Americans who believe Israel's treatment of Palestinians in Gaza amounts to genocide. She was an enthusiastic Biden voter in 2020, hoping for justice for Muslims and other underrepresented groups. Yeah. And guess how that turned out, right? So another one bites the dust. And you're probably going to see a lot more too. If Biden doesn't drop out, there's going to be more people on his staff jumping ship because they know the massacre's coming. And to be honest with you, if I was a campaign strategist, I never would have let Joe Biden do that. I would have said, yeah, he's hiding. No, I would say he's not hiding. He's just, it's beneath him. I would have done that little shit lib like thing and said, yeah, it's just beneath him. And he probably would have been a lot better off. But they said, he's got to go. But that's the thing. You got to go, but who are you going to replace him with? Right? It's like you're going to have mutiny on the ship. You get rid of the captain and everybody else is like, man, we're just as stupid as the captain. What the fuck are we going to do? So, yeah. Anyway, you're going to see more of that as things progress.